Hey everybody, so what I'm fixing to do is normally totally against what I would recommend doing, but I know that times are crazy and a lot of you are not able to get to like your hairstylist. I'm sure you've seen my post earlier. I made little root touch-up kits for my clientele that I have access to, that they can mix up their own color and take it home and put it on their scalp. But I know that's not ideal for a lot of my clients, and then of course for your stylist as well. So I'm here at Walgreens and I'm kind of walking the aisles saying what would work for you and what definitely not to use at home. So ideally, I would recommend buying these little containers of this Magic Root Cover Up. This is the ideal thing to do. Spray it. They have just several different colors, obviously, and all the way to light blondes. That's what I would normally recommend. And even for like really light blondes, you can also use baby powder is a great way of just like kind of blending in those, because it's not permanent. This is not permanent, this time that we're living in. So if you can do that first. I would not recommend, I've not used most of these colors, so I really don't know on a, I've never used them personally, so I can't tell you exactly, but just by kind of looking and my knowledge, I would not recommend this. This says 10-minute coloring. 10 minutes is not going to be enough on somebody's hair, especially if you have gray coverage. So I would not. I like the idea that it has this little brush and then it is just a root cover up, because if at all possible, do not put a color all the way over your hair. Just use it on your root. But I wouldn't recommend this because 10 minutes is not going to be enough for your hair. This has been around forever. I don't know that I recommend it. You can see that the colors are there's not very many of them. This is really intriguing to me. I don't know how on earth it's gonna lift 7 levels, it says. I don't know that I trust that. So any of my blondes out there, if you are insistent on getting a blonde color, I would probably say this brand right here. It says 7 levels. It says Cool Tone Technology. As long as you have your purple shampoo to use afterwards and can leave it on there for a while, if you're in a pinch, maybe this. Recommend the baby powder first, the second. These down here absolutely do not fall into this. Do not use these. These are a big no. They are not gonna look this way. You're not gonna have that even. You're gonna have streaks, you're gonna have tiger stripes. Do not use these. Any of these, zoom down here, any of these on this bottom shelf, stay away from. I do not recommend it. That looks like a nightmare for a hairstylist, so don't do it. Back in the day, before I started doing hair and my mom did her hair at home, she used this Preference. I know it has a really good shine to it. It has also like a at-home conditioning, so I like that. Any of the browns are pretty good. This right here makes me nervous. Zoom in. When it says warmer, unless you're really wanting to be a redhead, that makes me nervous. So I will just be honest with that. Stay away from these that say warm. I would say something, because even these naturals here, I mean, you can tell right here, it's gonna have some of the warmer tones to it as well. So I honestly would recommend staying with these coolers, especially this right here really intrigues me with the anti-brass. That could have potential. Come down here. I do not recommend anything that has this before and after. This is gonna have a lot of red to it. This is gonna make your roots hotter. I recommend staying away from that. And then the lighter you go, do not do these. These right here, do not do them, because you are gonna have yellow hair. It's gonna be orangey. It's not gonna look good. Like I said, that Garnier I would recommend doing if you're just insistent. But what I really would recommend for someone that's blonde, you know, my hair are a little bit lighter. I would give yourself a shadow root. This is a good time to actually play into those roots. You do want it to blend. You don't want to have that perfect line. So I would recommend getting something more like 6 or the 7 right here, the 7 natural, and paint it on your roots. Kind of comb it through, maybe even use your finger, kind of do like this a little bit to blend that in right there. Let it sit the allotted time. Don't think, oh my gosh, it's already turned and let me wash it off, even though it says, I really don't know how long it says to do. Say it says 30 minutes. Don't look at it in 20 and think, oh, I can wash it. Wait the 30 minutes. They're giving you a time frame for a reason. So, but if you were to do, I would recommend buying this. It looks a little darker than you normally would want, say in this, but you're gonna, or like this, but you're gonna be safer having a shadow root. It's gonna be much, much easier on us hairstylists to get you back to your blonde that you wanna be. But do not go darker. I probably wouldn't go darker than a 7. Stay in the 7 range. These right here are very interesting too. I don't recommend them though. This looks like a nightmare as well. This looks like you're gonna have really hot roots. And this, because it's not telling you, it's telling you up to 6 levels, which means it's probably only going to lift about 3. This right here, if your hair is, you know, dark, like, you know, you feel like almost black and you're blonde on the ends, you could do this to kind of tone through the ends of it, but it's not going to get those roots this color. It's not going to happen, but you could just play into a shadow root with that as well. So I hope that was helpful. If you have questions, please reach out to me. If you are at a store and you're like, Erin, I'm fixing to do it, I'm gonna have to do it, FaceTime me, we'll talk it through. But I hope that was helpful. I hope everybody's doing well, and I can't wait to see you back in my chair.